Welcome everyone to Are You Ready for It? Linux, open source, or how some call it, are you ready to fix some bugs? Live here on this channel, the usual stuff, one more thing, or a couple of more bug fixes. The way to the best Linux distribution is hard and stony, which might be why we earlier called it Rock Linux and our setup tool Stone. No pun intended. We have unfortunately a couple of last minute bugs to fix, self-inflicted, or how I usually otherwise like to blame it, upstream inflicted. Because of course what you get after fixing bugs 5 years live on YouTube and then finally I want to release it, updating glibc and OpenSSL, what could possibly go wrong except, yeah, you guessed it, the only constant is change and regressions. Live here on this increasingly successful open source show, open source the show channel. We have some breakage like we usually do, so let's fix it and release Linux. Are you ready for it? Tested high performance O2 PS3, latest greatest thread ripping. We have to fix, even OpenSSL is breaking for some architectures, even like RISC-V, which, yeah, what should I say? Latest and greatest. But yeah, you update 5 years worth of OpenSSL updates and stuff breaks, right? We have probably some build to terminate here, because currently our load is 76, as you would have your 32 thread system loaded. So let's see what is, so some builds are out, let's fix a couple of them, and with fix I mean hot fix, quirk, YOLO that with duct tape or so, and that's why some call it duct typing on dynamic languages like Lua and stuff. Let's duct tape it, like from sound. Probably we need a paid advertisement though from duct tape, right? Not a paid advertisement yet. So check builds, grab build. We have here quite some still running. How do we best kill them now in the most not to disturb? Because or do we just leave it like that? And because I also want to test build it, I actually want to test my changes from last night, which is tiny little initRD cleanup. And now we are stalled here on what's going on with, does this even make any progress, or is this now, slightly wonder, or is this swapping to this? No, it's not. Overly swapping to this. So yeah, some stuff, how do we, because sometimes, okay, if we kill just away some make, that should error out, because I'm worried of creating ISOs with some packages missing, but let's kill all make. That certainly should probably error out some builds like that, because I want faster to the x86 build. So so how do we do this best? Because one build error is also Spark, which we have an older glibc, because theoretically we target Spark stations, right? Like every sane person for successful and gracious vintage living would do. And now we enable libxcrypt. So the easiest hack for that, there are 20 ways to fix and quirk it, or maybe, I mean, theoretically there are infinite ways to fix that. But the easiest hack would basically just to disable that for Spark right now. It's not technically super correct. I mean, we could even just, because we currently use an glibc which has that, that would be, because it would build, it would be supported, but the easiest, because otherwise I could quirk that in my build front end, but I mean we could also scripted in the Spark architecture, but yeah. Then we unfortunately need to manually remove it. That is Spark remove for libx crypt. That worked, right? We need to reschedule the glibc because now the files are deleted which were conflictedly shared. So that is one thing. Let's see what is okay. HPP also failed because we killed some random stuff away. Because I want faster to my x86 build to test. Does this make any progress here? Ah, okay, this errored out now. Very clever. Just the one build I wanted actually to finish. So RISC-V. So let's see what other build errors we have. All right. Also, one build absolutely crazy. The only constant is change and regressions and new dependencies. Mesa for ARM of all architectures apparently needs a new library dependency, maybe for Panfrost or Ashai AGX or whatever the case might be. Yeah, ARM 64. What is even the? All right, that. I think Mesa failed here, and so that said, I don't have this. I checked that already. I have no idea what library that is. 2024, it's like your last minute you want to release, you update glibc and Mesa and half of your build breaks. Just that you get an idea what is, this OpenCLC programming language. Interesting, sounds good. An LLVM project, apparently maybe. And why does only ARM need this? libclc? All right. x86 64. Why does that build not libclc? This is not even checking for that. What the heck? Why does like the ARM build check for? That is interesting. I mean, yeah, we should obviously read the. Let's do that first. And how many builds do we still have going after killing half of them away? Okay. Let's. So mostly we want that. I increased the thread count already. The parallelism, because I want to boot that and test. Because as you know, the only substitute testing is more testing. Cheers. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this and learn something. Firefox. Let's see if we get to FanSpin today, which actually we could actually test, aka FanSpin, right? We could actually on my 7-year-old, 8-year-old Retina MacBook Pro, we could test if the Apple ZOS Magic stuff from Grub 2 ported yesterday works to unlock the integrated graphic for. If you, probably all of you, 99% of you probably don't know that you need to authenticate with the Apple EFI firmware to ask it nicely not to turn off the Intel integrated graphic for hybrid graphic and power efficiency. Who knew, right? Only Mac and or Linux do that, or others if you patch it. Probably anyway. So Mesa libclc. Let's package that. You can never have too many packages. Of course, the Linux distribution looks more successful the more packages we have. Do they also have a cool? Okay, that went well. 404 dependency not found. Oh my. Oak Ridge National Laboratory.gov. Regular order to provide a portable API devs. I mean, let's look at Gentoo for a second. Hello? That's a sparse architecture support thing. I mean, maybe we go to LLVM and check that download if they have it in the collection of downloads here. Download. Here, download. Not found. Alright, modern URLs. Either this. Alright, by the way, they are in release candidate stuff. Here, libclc, they have that really weird. So we have all of LLVM, but not libclc. Okay, SVN copy, what else do they have? libcxx to libclc. And that is a last minute thing I appreciate. I don't really appreciate glibc induced or OpenSSL failing to build for 32-bit RISC-V, at least, maybe more. Alright, even more actually, we could theoretically, what is our load? It's not that high. Because, did I change this already? So some other OpenSSL build also fail. Because, of course, it would be too easy if the 2060 Linux distributions would all just compile stuff. So, of course, the stuff is programmed and set up so, and with GCC and so on, that it does not just work. That would be too easy. Case in point, logs, OpenSSL error, of which we have quite some. Like you have if you update something majorly. Then it doesn't build for nothing except mainstream anymore. And so some, yeah, just the first one, that is ARC. So yeah, I've seen this yesterday, I suspect already, so yeah, it would be too easy if GCC generates atomic stuff and it would automatically link with libatomic, right? I probably should, you know what, I put this on my to-do, that it's actually, this wonders me for years, research if GCC L-atomic could or should be automagic, because this is somewhat annoying, and I wonder if it is cross-build only or if in other combinations it could sometimes do that or whatever, but we would not be here on this channel if we would not have 25 years of quirks and workarounds, so that would simply be OpenSSL. And we have here already an accumulation of L-atomic for Spark and OpenRISC, and before we code everyone in here, we make here either, I always forget if I use CPU, I think I used Arch32, but I always forget. Which is not the best, like if I as the lead developer forget what we use there, maybe the name is not perfect. But let's see, let's quickly double check. Yeah, Arch32, yeah, Arch32 is what I used. I probably used Arch because it's called architecture, so that's probably why I went for that. That probably should take care of that. That was Arc. I believe I had this Arc glibc, right? Probably. Yeah, that's building security OpenSSL 3.2.1 for Arc. So the next thing, it's like, yeah, we are, as usual, racing here through bug fixes. ARM libclc, where did I started that here? Let's finish libclc, now that we probably have a higher, yeah, load average 32, just as it is perfect for a epic thread ripping AMD CPU. SVN move libcxx cache to C, oops, that was the wrong alt graph. That comes, you wake up with a MacBook keyboard and in the office you type on a beautiful Sun Unix keyboard like professionals would do. And so, yeah, one alt graph here, let's see, alt graph compose, ach, darn it. Yeah, okay, it's compose here for whatever. Man, maybe I should standardize on one freaking keyboard layout. So CXX to CLC. And yes, that is how you can wildcard, not wildcard, how you can expand that. Cache and maybe conf. Also conf, I'm not sure what we would need there. We could, I mean, Maybe we can try with just that. Of course, here we need some metadata. Maybe we enable this by default. And here, of course, libclc. Alright, that is all the same, somewhere of that sort, maybe stable. Let's actually, you know what, let's stay there and navigate to project. Oops, hello. I pressed the hacking key, aka F12 or so. Shit, no, I hacked the website. Darn. Don't tell that the German secret service and stuff. Hacker paragraph, huh? Shall I say no more than hacker paragraph? So libclc add missing AMD GFX symbols. I mean, that is at least such package I appreciate of like, hey, have you actually packaged libclc? An open source BSD license implementation of open specified like that, like so. Appreciate that much more than unnecessary glibc and OpenSSL package. So N open source, yeah, blah, library. Of the it's a bit long. OpenCLC program language library implementation. So then we call that a successful package, hopefully. Alright, and do they have a freaking website somewhere of... why do they have configure pi? I hope they... don't tell me you need to build this. Do they not have... They have a CMake here. Why do they have... The writers libclc currently only supports the PTX target. Why would Mesa for ARM then like that? Maybe we should read it. I mean, we want to package it anyway. Welcome everyone. libclc LVM. Oh, there's something. Alright, we have been here already. So, there it even says LVM project view. So, but did something not 404? Where did I click? Okay, also doesn't matter. Runtime opens. Good. What did I wanted to do? Right, I wanted to copy that. Copy and paste in the 21st century. Second try wonder. Maybe we should actually check what Mesa is trying to do there. Tar Mesa of 24 galore. libclc, what do they do here? With CLC dependency. Okay, why does this with CLC somehow triggers Microsoft CLC or Intel CLC or Gal? Oh, Asahi wants it. Okay, cool. Asahi wants it now. Okay. I guess that explains the thing. I think we have multiple, as usual, multiple choices, right? The implementation possibilities are infinite. We could always build it. We could mark it for ARM. We could custom enable that and stuff. But given that it's OpenCL is universally quite useful, I'm inclined to just build it always instead of custom, like either marking it ARM64, which obviously it's not. So I will probably target generic. I mean, maybe you should first check that it builds. Where do we have Mesa? Probably in 40 minimal xorg. And then libclc, that is how our ISO is also growing at record pace because obviously a dependency a week increases ISO size eventually. So that's the main thing. Even when you think you are done, you're not done. As we're currently seen here, oh, this was the one. Spurf target, Spurf tools is not installed. That's unfortunate. Oh man, I guess we add Spurf then to Spur 5. Darn it. I mean, yeah, at least on the, I mean, thankfully we have epic thread-ripping AMD performance here, so we can kind of sort of afford it. Just that we increasingly have more, like every dependency, every build package, like if every package has a chance of a % to fail in any sort of combination, optimization, whatnot, then it's 400 whatever default packages, the chances of a build aborting for random reasons increases quite a bit, unfortunately. So libclc, Spurf, and then of course we would hope, because we cross-compile everything, epic thread-rip all RISC architectures like Arc. Yeah. Find Spurf. Oh, some code. What? What do I do here? What do I even do there? Grep Spurf. Why does this not work? Should this not? What have I done? Not sure what I do wrong in my own packet searching thing. Then a little bit wondering what's going on here. Spurf tools, so we probably of course need both then, obviously, no Spurf tools without Spurf headers. Yeah, the only constant is change and dependencies and growth, so yep, I said it yesterday, so I run this now. Obviously I'm live streaming from a Steam Deck like every sane person would do on our own Linux, obviously, and I said it yesterday, I had hopes because my old 7-year rolling release, obviously eating my own cake here, rocked that 7 years, even upgraded the internal SATA SSD thing module here. And previous video, I had hopes because I didn't update this on the Steam Deck. I mostly used it for live streaming anymore. It was an older Firefox, maybe even as old as 84 whatever, from a year or whatever ago. And I had hopes that the latest Firefox becomes snappier with latest GTK, latest Mesa and whatnot, improvements in AMD GPU, but unfortunately it is not snappier, which I had hoped it feels a little bit snappier and stuff, but yeah, an AMD custom APU, Jupiter 1. Actually there was a custom APU 0405, yeah, 15 watt TDP or whatever, or 20, whatever it was, is only giving you so much performance. So let's see if that builds. So the only benefit, I mean, there are multiple benefits for us, right? We packaged this package, which of course doesn't build for some reason. Let's maybe move this behind Spurf. What is yours? This Spurf thing though. Tools. And oh, this is of course totally not working like that. So these are the multiple improvements. Dependency, priority. Yes, we will get rid of this soon. Know that we have. Yeah, this does totally not work like that. Built this way earlier. libcl C here of let's give it one more try. I mean, yeah, our system is busy. I was expecting to have to fix some stuff, but in 25 years I learned always expect the unexpected. Or did I not move this enough before? I only wonder, I hope Spirf stuff doesn't need Mesa, right? Ah, that is pretty low. Yeah, in the future we'll get rid of it, probably next year. I've way too many things to do before. It's too much. I have enough regressions, right? This is basically why I didn't touch it. It's not the most prettiest. It's the fastest, but not prettiest, and obviously not a scaling solution. But it works for the most part, sort of okay-ish. So, as you see, I have bigger fish to fry, right? So, if you're wondering why we still have this old-fashioned nonsense there, that is why. 150 probably was. What did I had? 100. Ah, even that is too low. Yeah. Then lower. Build that way first. Fingers crossed. What's happening? We fix stuff as usual, and as a benefit, not only we package stuff we didn't have before, like libclc. The benefit for you is you have more stuff pre-installed for using that on your SGO2, on your PS3, right? You don't need to build this in 5 minutes. You just have it on the ISO. And another benefit, having it tested, right? If we build it with each ISO, then obviously it is more tested. So, yeah. This is a run, not sure what you mean with it, except hopefully that this is welcome to the open source show. Okay, stuff is building. Spirf tools. It might be kind of thought maybe the first time I cross-compile that, right? I mean, we cross-compile everything else, but like usually I just emerged Spir 5. I probably checked this Nortec. I think Nortec said Spir 5, right? Spir V, or was it Spir V? Zig graph. Okay, Spir V. Did someone not? Okay, so we have RISC-V. We call it RISC-V, right? Does someone call it RISC-V? So we have RISC-V, but Spir V. Okay, fine, whatever. Just need to remember all the shit to pronounce it correctly here. Cool, that builds. I hope that all cross builds. We will soon see if Spir tool's not installed. That's not ideal. That's what we are here for. Fixing and implementing stuff live here on these channels. That is, let's check what it even installed. Did it install correctly? Because is it even ARM64? User bin. You know what? Maybe it wants. I probably don't have them in the system, right? So it installed. Okay. It probably even installed correctly because ARM64 might be a lib architecture, right? Because it's not multi-lib. Actually, some stuff is. Okay, that's unfortunate. Why do we have? Oh, shit. Why do I even look into there? Fuck so many. Like, why do I have a 660 line to do? I probably should, just as a matter of running gag and joke, keep hard on having my to-do always exactly 666 lines for obvious reasons. Check ARM64 libdir confusion. Sick. It's yeah, I have better things to do, but anyway. So maybe it wants the tools, which then means if it wants the tools, we might need to build some in the tools, in the tool chain stage. Like basically if it's a cross build, let's question mark if cross build 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I only, headers not includes. I mean, yeah, okay, let's build it. It's fine. Ah, Danny came. Ah, yeah, I thought that was you. That's what I thought. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Basically, building that in the toolchain stage. Okay, other stuff. Are we still loaded enough? Oh, 24. Not the most perfect load, but what's going on with what do we even still build here? Arc. Oh, the x86 build has exited, but that might be our new Spare V stuff. Yeah, so this is okay. I mean, we can start it already. It's like, yeah, let's do that already. We need it anyway. Maybe it's already perfect enough to build. I mean, that is the only, I said before, the benefit of building it for all is testing it for all and having it for all. The drawback is, of course, I need to fix it for all. But usually, unless there is crazy stuff like for RISC-V, then usually I fix it for one architecture and build for all, except if there's crazy stuff. So now I wonder if, am I the only one who produces RISC-V? Nothing like checking. Yeah, RISC-V. Like, why do we call RISC-V and Spare V? Like why? Can't remember all. Soon my brain is full with pronunciations, man. Welcome there. How was your afternoon? What do you mean with afternoon? Do you mean yesterday's afternoon, aka after I was live streaming all day and fixing stuff? If you mean that afternoon, I made a pizza myself, not frozen. I made a pizza myself and had a beer. And was enjoying time with the family. If that is what you mean with how was my afternoon, then my afternoon was so. Spare. So I guess did this build already? No, that is Arc. Too many builds. We have now 2 developed Spare V tools. If you were wondering, these are multiple. So usually I use my front-end driver usually, but because it errored out overnight. Oh, this is also libclc Spare. So this didn't fix that. That is unfortunate. Yeah, because you think, hey, 36 hours later and you have everything built, and then you wake up like, Mesa failed, OpenSSL failed. Yeah. Thanks. Let's run one more failed build, which is Spark, just because to have some background load. So let's debug what's going on with this stuff. Oh, right, darn it, we don't keep the build, because I don't by default, because once I woke up and my whole machine was deadlocked a couple of times because of overcommitted memory with everything in TempFS. So that is why. Keep on build error, yes, please, and do this ARM thing again. Because it, of course, failed, unfortunately, because... Alright, now we build Spare for Spark. We might be the first ever live on this channel to build Spare. Did I say again Spare? Spare V might be the first ever to build Spare V for Spark 32-bit Spark. Maybe one day I should just run it for kicks and giggles. But what will probably come and what I will do soon, because now, aside from this last minute regressions, just because we want the latest and greatest of everything and Asahi AGX Mesa 2, I will soon have more fun. Famous last words. And we will run, shall I subscribe? We will run stuff on my SGIO Tune, just SGIO Tune. SGIO 2. The fastest SGIO2 ever was, and probably the nearly only one running with Linux. R12K, otherwise previously known as unstable. Mine looks stable with our Linux. So we will have some fun. We don't have an GL driver yet, maybe someday. But what we can do and will do soon is actually run some games that don't usually necessarily have a graphic acceleration anyway, right? So subscribe for Doom, Quake, and Quake 2 coming on SGI MIP64 Linux on SGIO2 soon here, maybe later this month or so, when when this releases out and we have a release party and enjoy life again. So yeah, and theoretically we have enough, I have enough, no, not enough, I don't have all info, but I have a lot of information about the SGI-O2 raster backend thing there, and theoretically we could also write an GL driver for that. Not sure if I will do this soon. Maybe latest when I retire, but hopefully sooner. And then we could actually theoretically play hardware isolated Quake 1 and 2 or so on SGI-O2 Linux, but for now that will be software only. So libclc, what's going on here? Just teasing a little bit, chatting a little bit, just chatting, just teasing. But hey, the other day live on Twitch, we already probably want to subscribe to Twitch too, right? The other day after fixing Linux audio, we actually played some 10 minutes Quake 3 on latest Ryzen with RDNA 2, so you can game state-of-the-art RDNA 2 Quake 3 Arena. But yeah, anyway, probably should paste the Twitch link now, but so what is it doing, what is it trying, and why does it not find that? And are we loaded enough? Are we not the most loaded? Okay, that's probably fine enough. So what's going on here? Clang LVM, line 85, Spirf Mesa 3D. So wait, is this a circular dependency of? So Mesa wants libclc and libclc wants Mesa, or what? So it says only, maybe it's a runtime that maybe it's not linking against Mesa, at least it wants, okay, somehow it wants, why does it say LVM SPIR-V? Okay, it has various targets here, so okay, it has AMD. So the information on the website is apparently wholly outdated, because I'm pretty sure they said here PTX, right? So that is currently supports, actually, no, okay, it says AMD GCN. No, actually, it said this here. Why did I? Okay. Anyway, maybe it was in the other, was it in the other? History of libclc. Okay, rather than maybe I overwrote it. Anyway, so where is it checking its tools? People have, maybe we should start to mostly, the problem is if I always get too distracted with comments, I don't make less, I make less progress. Okay, mechanical engineering job, that is amazing. Someone thought I'm already, what do you mean with you thought I'm already retired? What do you freaking mean with that? It doesn't parse. Please explain. Here's LVM SPIR. Okay, it actually, so it wants an LVM, it wants an LVM SPIR. Does it mean we need to enable a new LVM target for that? The more today I learned. Yeah, that is the main win-win. If I'm not joking when, as much as I'm annoyed that it's so much work, but hey, I've chosen to develop one of the best Linux distributions, so then obviously I need to stand by my Linux CD promotional words. Oops, not on the floor. Thankfully, it's an old disk anyway. It is a freaking amount, a hell lot of work. So don't fork another Linux distribution. 2060 are enough. Just use T2 Linux for your embedded cross-compiling virtualization to server, high-performance desktop, and vintage and retro needs. The win-win is packaging enabling stuff that I didn't even know existed, right? So even I, each day on YouTube, today I learned new dependencies and stuff. Just picked up the precious CD to keep the office clean and sorted and not step on it and stuff. So people say that I'm retired. No, I still, as you don't share, like, subscribe, and I'm not millionaire yet. I still need to sell our commercial software, so don't delay. I mean, obviously I've done this since 1998, and in retrospect, I said it before, I should have YouTubed earlier, but no, my company is not yet closed, and we just diversify, and I just want to have more fun, right? In part because Apple and macOS make me, unfortunately, even more depressive than open source bugs. Because in the meantime, I mean, I was even never a Mac user, right? We only made this product because I had the same open source driver for Sane vision scanners, and in 2004, I mean, I was not even really making any money with, like usual. You do open source stuff like scanner driver and Sane. I mean, obviously you don't get a single cent from that, right? And in 2004 or so, everyone and their aunt, everything and their wife or whatever, everything and their friend and family, everyone and their dog were begging me for Mac drivers. And that is how actually I never wanted to make a Mac software. Like basically in 2004, when nobody else supported Mac, like Apple was nearly bankrupt and nobody wanted their shit, the last people were begging me, but can you not make a Mac driver and stuff? I was like, yeah, that is how, by the way, Exec came to be. And as the year of Linux desktop never happened, I said it before, I actually I only used Linux exclusively from 2006 or from 1996 or 1998 or so to 2006 or so. And I used macOS for a decade, still maintaining T2, but macOS is buggier and annoying. I mean, obviously closed ecosystem, and like even the bloody mail app doesn't work reliable, and everything just sucks. I don't understand why. You want to save a file and you need to, do you want to give permission for the bloody program to access your download folders? Like I just freaking clicked on it. Like, or you have a terminal, you go to some folder, you want to give your bloody terminal permission to, for your preference folder or and then you go open like library preferences to edit something as a developer, and then terminal requests permission to access your calendar just because in library preferences also calendar files. It's like due. Anyway, I could make videos about how bloody stupid macOS became. Anyway. No, I'm not retired. We just diversify, and I want to have more fun because macOS and I do not even really use Windows. I have not really used Windows except reverse engineering in tiniest minutes. Like Windows, I cannot endure using Windows longer than 5 minutes. Then I need to take a break, and then after 5 minutes, I need to go back to my sane, just freaking working, except audio sometimes, T2 Linux. So, I'm not retired. You need to still share, like, and subscribe, and ideally Patreon or YouTube membership or GitHub sponsor. Can't say this enough. So, that out of the way, we need to fix stuff. I have the suspicion we need to enable a spare vtarget in LLVM for that. At least it looks, to my eyes, as an educated guess like that. Target, let's see. We somewhere here have targets. Maybe we should we check for that? Maybe we should fact check before we freaking try it. So 1706. But we probably should open a pure open source foundation like Linux Foundation and collect millions from companies. That probably would be a good idea to become as rich as the Linux Foundation. Here is a code owner's SPIRV thing. SPIRV. Some of the SPIRV name is not so. Yeah. Experimental targets. Okay, so we need to enable an experimental target. Now that's amazing. The problem with this experimental targets is the last time I enabled Motorola 68K, that didn't build reliably. I had to disable it again, I believe. So yeah, I was on the right track. It's exactly what we need to do. Where do we have Motorola 68? Actually, no, we have it still in there. But does it work? I don't know. I remember there were problems with Motorola 68K. Not sure what I've done with it. Or maybe we disable it again on... Maybe it didn't... Here it's disabled. I mean, we could try and see if it builds. I have no idea if it does. I mean, I have an idea. My idea is the last time I tried it didn't build. That is my idea. But we can enable it and see if it maybe magically was fixed in the last month. And so SPIRV, I think I forgot to put it there already, right? Motorola 68. K of ME-GPU, whatnot, host. So this is alphabetically sorted STUV. Let's keep it sorted. So then we unfortunately need to time-consumingly rebuild. Basically, we need to rebuild all of LVM. That's unfortunate. Multiplied with 35 build configurations. That will cost a bit. Probably will cost an euro or so in electricity. Or half a euro. Electricity is not that overpriced in Germany. Oops. Okay, let's try that again. And you know what? Let's cancel that and let's give that more cores temporarily because I want this done. So, what's going on in the chat? T2 Foundation, will it be similar to a 501 non-profit company in the US? I do not know foundation details in the US really. Linus Foundation here. I guess the foundation would be a nice idea. I mean, honestly, I don't expect companies to shut out and give money, right? The problem there are in Germany, it's called Verein, like kind of like union, but the direct translation, I guess, probably kind of, or now like club. I think the direct translation is club. It is also, it's tax exempt, similar to other things, but I know firsthand, for example, the PDF Association is for some reason German club, like 501c whatever equivalent. And they had problems with the German IRS, some of the German, which actually, by the way, really suck. Shame on the German IRS equivalent of Finanz, whatever stuff. As far as I know and seen the next, actually our membership fees are overdue. Or not overdue. Our membership fees are payable. I should use the right terms. The last invoice I saw last year, they had like somehow the German tax authority rated them of 40 or 60, like something, it's 40-60% split, which I find really hilarious. So somehow, as far as I understood it, the German tax authorities evaluated that of its 40 or 60 whatever percent non-profit, so they need to pay like 40 or 60%, whatever it's 40-60. I just don't know, 40-60 charity. Anyway, so it's the first time ever, like, I'm German, I grew up in German, I know a lot of legal shit, but even yesteryear I learned, or actually 2 years ago or so I learned, there can be a split thing of like, it's not fully non-profit. Like, what the heck, who comes up with this shit? Which, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I find it silly that there are very few high-profile German non-profit things. Of course, Red Cross and whatnot, but like in the IT industry, right? And then we have one thing in the IT industry, the PDF Association, somehow due to whatever miracle coincidences that ending up in Germany. I don't even know how and why. Maybe I should ask those guys eventually. But like, we have one thing, and then the German Tax Authority, no, we ruin it. Like you only get 40 or 60 or whatever percent. It's like due. It's like, but to be fair, in theory, of course, it kind of is a little bit right. Although I would say in the case of the PDF Association, I find it stupid. That is like kind of 100% non-profit, right? What I do not find, I would say on the other side, the Linux Foundation, however, is really not non-profit, right? Because Linux Foundation is doing, yes, sure, they do Linux. I understand. They never said we are the Linux kernel foundation. We are in my opinion, the Linux Foundation becomes a little bit of the Apache Foundation of only doing random bullshit. Maybe in 10 years' time they will also be obsolete, because Apache by now it's like the leftover of random garbage projects nobody else wanted to have. But the Linux Foundation, in my opinion, with their 200 million budget, is doing 80% or so only corporate bullshit shit, right? So, like, if the Linux Foundation would really use this 200 million for mostly open source stuff, but in my opinion, the American IRS should really rate the Linux Foundation of 80% being corporate strong arm of doing. I mean, have you seen, like, recently they even I called them out multiple times before, because they should finance open source projects, and they only, I mean, sure, but that's the thing, right? That's fucking sponsored link. I clicked on the Linux Foundation is giving Google freaking money. Like, it hurts. It's so dumb, it hurts. A pro tip: we stopped Google AdWords 3 years ago, and we had zero impact. Like, I knew we only pay click tricksters, which is also why I stopped it after some years. And the change was zero, right? We paid thousands of euro a year at extra code. And pro tip: never pay Google Ads so that you pay for bloody first place links that you anyway have already. Like how some other companies also do that. Like if you search for EasyJet or Lufthansa or whatnot or whatnot, some companies, like, you know that the marketing department is not run very efficiently. Anyway, like, yeah, that is what they waste their money for. I rest my case. But have you seen the other day they announced they now fund some Lottie reject all and go to hell. Because, like, this is just corporate bullshit sponsoring, right? They kind of, if they would invest everything in open source, they would deserve a non-profit status. But as they somehow finance only strange stuff, yeah, they should rather finance OpenSSL and glibc and whatnot, and who knows. But I mean, and they don't. They only finance bullshit, right? Like 3.6% Linux kernel. It's like due. But where is even their freaking news? Because the other day, Newsroom here, I'm not sure if they made an announcement, but I also only saw it by scrolling by other news sites. This looks, by the way, not very attractive, by the way. This looks like shit, to be honest. I mean, our website is not good, but we also have no money and time, because we only fix shit all day long, right? Obviously. So, like, yeah, this looks like shit here. Like, what is that even? Like, this is, I mean, when I was at university 15 years ago, I actually made a tile layout for some design thing in media, studying media design after technical computer science. I made a tile layout in 2004 when it was innovative that looked better than that. But anyway, here, announcing Lottie standard. And until the day before yesterday, I never, raise your hand, comment below, have you ever heard about Lottie? A 2-minute read announcing Lottie as a standard with Lottie Animation Community LAC format specification body. Why is the Linux Foundation involved with that stuff? If it would not be 42, I would have never heard about Lottie. I only knew about Lottie because I updated the Qt packages, and Qt also has some Lottie package. And when I 2 days ago updated the metadata, because what you do when you want a successful ready for Linux distribution, I updated the metadata because I previously didn't, right? I split Qt base and I didn't update the metadata. So all the Qt packages, whether Qt 3D or Qt Lottie, Red, Qt base, whatever widget systems, right? So I did that just 42 to be more attractive and look better and stuff. And I came across Qt whatever Lottie, and it's like, what the freaking heck is that? I thought it's some loot box shit, right? I thought it's a lottery. And only since 2 days or 3 days now ago, I knew about Lottie. That is how amazing, popular and whatnot it is. And the Linux Foundation, we have nothing better to do with our Linux ecosystem for the year of the Linux desktop. We now work, sponsor and whatnot, a Lottie animation community format. It's like, due. We have Linux kernel backs to, have you actually looked at your Linux kernel? It's like, anyway. Excited to announce Lottie Animation Community LAC, a non-profit open source project hosted by the Linux Foundation. Like, why does the Linux Foundation, like, why can they not focus on core Linux technology? In my opinion, this is not, like, I would rather prefer they work together with GNOME, maybe they work together with GNOME KDE, but like, they are completely not focused. They do IBM water stuff in Africa, and nothing against water distribution, pump and whatnot stuff, but this is, in my opinion, there should be non-profit things for that, and sure, there are non-profit things for that, right? This non-profit thing should be focused on what they're doing. If it's a Linux Foundation, they should do Linux Foundation, and not like, sure, Internet of Things, embedded controller stuff for water pumps in Africa, it's like due. Nice and stuff. Okay, to be fair, actually, I would say water distribution in Africa is certainly more important than a bloody Lottie animation community format specification, but these things like But what do I know? I don't want a 200 million. It's like, yeah, maybe we should try, like, maybe we should, but that's the thing, maybe we should do a T2 open source foundation and found everything. But that's the thing, maybe we would even be more successful with a non-profit T2 open source foundation and also fund everything else but our tiny little Linux Foundation. Anyway, we can fact check that Linux Foundation, IBM, Water, Africa, at least that is what I remember also. Yeah, 2 new agriculture technology projects joined 20. I'm not making this shit up, right? Fact, here on my channel, not only low-level technology stuff, open source, but also fact-checking my own random nonsense that unfortunately I read across in December 2022 and still my brain cells remembered, have not forgotten this bullshit. 2 new agriculture technology projects joined the Call for Code community at the Linux Foundation. Really? Really, Linux Foundation? You use Macs on your presentations in Keynote, on conferences, and fund agriculture technology projects? I rest my case. It is hopeless. So, and in my opinion, the problem that I have with the Linux Foundation is, and then I rest my case. My last paragraph to that is, to me it smells like a corrupt, this is exactly this kind of Russian corruption, right? To compare that, right? It is complete money wash, like it's complete, in my eyes, I don't have inside knowledge, but as an outsider, it looks like complete tax evading corporate money wash of only doing bullshit. If they would at least do 80% amazing Linux core technology stuff, but no, they do this 3.6% the last time I checked, and 96% other shit that has often barely something to do with Linux. And that, in my opinion, does not deserve a non-profit status in this day. If you want if you want to do Lottie animation stuff, do a Lottie animation non-profit for that. If you want to do water distribution, whatnot stuff, do a African development support water distribution stuff, which actually I find more important than Lottie and the Linux Foundation. But this is the problem I have with it. It smells corrupt. It smells corporate money laundry of paying key figures hundreds, thousands of dollars and doing like waste. It's also wasted, right? Sure, there's companies, it's their money. That's the problem, right? It's not community founded. Sure, it's this company's Meta, NEC, Huawei, Tencent, Ericsson, Intel, Microsoft, Hitachi, Fujitsu. Sure, they give their money and they can decide what they do there in their non-profit. But that's why, in my opinion, it's a mafia kind, corrupt, big tech money laundering stuff. And that's why they're not doing Linux. That is why they're doing 90% bullshit. My outside view, but leave me in the comments below. And that is my grief. And also Linux could be, that's really last sentence. Linux could be so much more. Imagine how much more successful Linux could be if the 200 million funding by all these companies would be used for really accelerating Linux development. Linux kernel, C library, GCC, Linus Torvalds yelling GCC is a garbage compiler. Yeah, maybe use some funding of your 200 million Linux Foundation to fund the compiler development and not water distribution Africa and animation formats. But now I'm done. Sorry. The Linux Foundation, the waste of the Linux Foundation just triggers me because it's just such a corporate waste. But anyway. Okay, LLVM built maybe with Spear V. That's amazing. We're getting there. Probably I should work on better, like maybe I should chill. Maybe I should rather iJustine like chill. Look at that, it's so amazing. To better get corporate. Look at this Intel. Look at this Intel CPU. Isn't it this tiny little gorgeous with an lowercase I. High performance and amazing. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. Go buy it. 486 now cheap on your local. Also, this CPU accidentally fried. Anyway, like yeah, maybe I should become more corporate YouTube chill so that companies like AMD, Intel, or the Linux Foundation actually work with me and give me sponsorings for fixing all this stuff and making sure it works. And is supported. So yeah, we found it's the usual win-win. If you're wondering why do I build this exotic stuff like ARM64, it is always good to uncover bugs, missing features, libraries, and Spear V enablement. Yeah, people have a laugh about the Linux Foundation. I hope you enjoyed and learned something about the Linux Foundation. We are kind of sort of mostly through. What did we? Yeah, most things we wanted to fix, we fixed, except of course RISC V or 5 or however you want to call it now. We have RISC 5. Actually, maybe let's check if 64 variant builds, because the 32-bit variant did not. Of OpenSSL doesn't build. Shit. That's unfortunate. So both fail, even 64-bit, and they fail here with RV641Z KND decrypt. So they want to, looks to me like hardware isolated AES enablement. That is unfortunate. We probably just want to disable it in some way, shape or form. I mean, we don't have and probably will not have for quite a while a CPU supporting that. Yeah, we're not the only one. It's like, how much state of the art are we if we? What kind of bugs do we find and fix? Usually the bugs that have one Google hit, and sometimes it's like, we can already be happy that it's one Google hit. Often it is 0 Google hits or our own build log. It's like, yeah, let's see. So other people have the same issue. I mean, maybe it would work with another architecture. What is the configure target OpenSSL, yada yada, whatever, something of. Fix detection for edit the commit here on fix detection. What? Fix detection, where's the freaking change? This one? Open SSL CPU ID object? What the fuck? Does this look like it could fix something? Let's see, do they support .patch? They do, amazing, the future. Alright, it's GitHub. GitHub supports this, yes. Let's see if this still applies. I really had hoped that the latest and greatest of everything would fix this super annoying copy and paste marginality here that I have here for 2 years. And unfortunately, 2024, the future of the Linux desktop is now, and copy and paste still only works every second time here with Firefox for me. This is really unfortunate. Hotfix, RISC-V patch, oops, also best with standard auto redirection. Let's see if that fixes the thing of RISC V64. And I intentionally pronounce it now differently to trigger people. From their 2023 Port Linux kernel support 2%. So that then this decrease, that is unfortunate. So 3, I believe the year before. And yeah, makes sense. They probably got more money because somehow they find more and more rich companies that waste their money on them for probably mafia-like money laundering corporate interests. And so they do more projects like Water Distribution Africa and Lottie animation format and other random bullshit. And so that probably makes sense that the Linux kernel funding went down from 3.6, I believe, in 2022 to only 2. Doesn't surprise me much, but yeah, 200 or whatever. Yeah, from a total of, yeah, so you say, yeah, some years ago it was 200 million, now they have already 269 million. Imagine what we could do with 269 million. We would have a microkernel, a new compiler, a JIT compiler, and a bloody self-driving car. That is everything you would get from me if you give me 269 million. I probably need to have a phone call with Elon Musk about that or so. But anyway, absolutely bonkers of mind-boggling. And people should not accept it. If you think I'm overly, leave me in the comments below. I think most people agree, and I read on other forums that also other long-standing open source figures are not particularly thrilled with the way the Linux Foundation is run. But again, my grief is that, in my opinion, the money could and should be used more fairly, differently, non-profit and Linux ecosystem supporting. And we could do so much but probably Microsoft and Facebook and Google in the foundation don't want the foundation to be more successful and spend the money in such gangster, mafia-like ways. Because if you would use all this money yearly, this is 1 year budget, right? So over a decade, they have already $1 billion budget, right? Like with this money, there would be the year of the Linux desktop, and audio would freaking work. Linux would be the #1 platform if all this money would be used actually for Linux, which is probably exactly what all those companies like Huawei, Samsung, Intel, AMD, Microsoft, and Facebook probably all don't want or whatever, but that is the problem I have with this stuff. So, okay, SPIR-V still doesn't work. That's unfortunate. Would be too easy if stuff would work in just 1 hour of debugging shit. We probably want to check ARM. Let's check what we have in, no, not long. Arch ARM 64 0 LVM SPIR. Okay, we have something there. We have those headers, but we don't have any tool thing. Where our targets here are, but I don't see here. Oh no, no, I don't see SPIR. Why is there no? Did we run this wrong? so much to building everything. That's why I usually try to... I didn't expect this to not work. What even was the bloody... Targets, default targets, targets to... config in option? What the fuck? What? Why is this somehow disabled? Alright, shit, we wasted all the build time and electrons for nothing. Sorry. Cute little electrons, you had some fun spinning around in the CPU for nothing. I might have disabled that for Zig. Because for Zig I believe we need all targets. Darn, another breaking last minute change. That is unfortunate. So they have here some new target. Do we map? Do we map system set, for example, already? Oh, here we have that already. Let's maybe copy and paste that and check which, maybe some are new, like, oops, wrong, because I wanted ST, it's not fully alphabetically sorted. S390 is here, right? S390. It's probably system set, I believe. And let's, oh no, I probably, or did I not? Oh no, I forgot. Oh no, I didn't, good. That's a little bit annoying now. How is, actually I never use Vim find entry, like, what was that? Find in a place, read the freaking menu off. Okay, this is like SED, regular expression, so colon S, pattern is just okay. Wait, colon, substitute, dash dash, targeting, like that, right? And how to execute this now? Yada yada, blah blah blah. Replace all occurrences. G-flag. Shit. Do I need to type this again? Otherwise. Darn it. Okay. Substitute. Nothing like typing this twice. Dash dash. Targeting. What did I... If you want to search and plug in entire file, use a... darn it. Shit. I remember there was some nonsense. That's why I use Emacs. But not like couldn't read the freaking manual. Now we've done it. Amazing. Learned something. Today I learned to use Vim more. Because for decades I only used NVIM for everything Series X Emacs. Okay, so we updated that to the latest and greatest, so I guess that goes like that. Maybe even we break that new line just because. And do we have BPF there? Maybe, oh no, we have BPF there, good. Also, I find this naming strange, right? Some stuff is full capital, Spark is not, it makes no sense to me, but whatever. And so this is basically documentation for us to know what we could support. BPF. So we have always AMD GPU. I mean, we could also delete what we have there. Should we do that? Or we leave? Or maybe for now we leave everything. Long Arch. We have mapped Long Arch. So ARM GPU, BPF, SPERF. Actually, SPERF is not even. Maybe we should actually go into experimental. Oh, they have even C-Sky. Ah, right, and modular 6. Okay. So this might probably break ZIG. I'm not the most thrilled that we have to build everything just with ZIG anyway to start with. That is a little bit annoying. So Arc, C-Sky, DirectX. Good, SPERF there. Oh, did we map Arc? Oh, we didn't map Arc yet. Not worry about it. Let's just add. Ah, darn it. Let's map Arc. So fully capitalize that for our strange. Do we have C-Sky? Don't have C-Sky. Arc, ARM, ARM, C-Sky. Say I have that all caps too. Nothing like some extensor. We built also to do anything. Of course we support that. As professionals would do, even without 200 million in funding. X10. Extensor. That is not all caps, right, for strange reasons. Extensor. I mean, theoretically, maybe we simply delete all that we did. So Arc, C-Sky, DirectX, Motorola 68K, SPERV, Extensor, Arch, AMD GPU, ARM, AVR. Actually, you know what? We support AVR. And that's exactly the stuff that you finance here with your Patreon, share, like, subscribe, YouTube membership, and so on, right? AVR. So BPF Hexagon. Also, we don't have Hexagon, right? But do we support Hexagon? I think so. Of course we support Hexagon. Yeah, that is the kind of stuff nobody needed so far, but we are perfectionists, we are the YouTubers. You're ready for it. And I need more coffee. Hexagon, so ABCDFG, JKLMN, JKL, ABCDFG, JKL, Hexagon, TAC, and 20 charts of that sort. Any typo of anything, please? No idea what Lanai is. Something to Google later. Like CPU architectures, even I've never heard about. Live here on this channel, Long Arch, Long. How to even pronounce it? Chinese viewers, how do you want to your Long Arch pronounced? Probably Long Arch, right? MIPS is there, right? MSP, I don't think we support that. PowerPC, of course, one of our fans' favorite. RISC-V, Spark, System Set, whatever VE is, no idea. WebAssembly, we always build x86, Xcore, DirectX. That makes more sense to only document what we didn't add yet. Basically a to-do. Then let's wipe the build logs again. There. And let's go. I need coffee. Someone needs to go, I guess. But we are, so yeah, basically We have people tuning in though. It's always between people. You know what? Let's. That's basically long enough. The problem is I could live stream all day, but I also have some other things to do. But I have less views and less YouTube algorithm promotion if we do here 2 and 3 hours. 1.5 hour are already more than long enough. Pass, fuck targets. Oh wait, is that, must be passed via due. Yeah, if you can make it, if you can make it stupid, then it's like due. You had one job. That really sucks. That is so stupid. X targets, I guess. This is so stupid. But yeah, 2024 Mesa now needs experimental SPIRF support for Asahi Linux things. Then which other is experimental? Do we need to pass? M68K is experimental, right? Which other was experimental? I guess we figure out the next time we build that. That was experimental targets to build, right? LVM experimental targets to... Yeah, you can't make this up. It's stupid, but that is the way they want it. It's stupid and pointless because, I mean, now we need to custom code this just because they want. So arg6, this were also experimental. Extensor 2, darn it. Good that we double checked that. I mean, yeah, extra work. Like each time they change it, we need to adapt it now, and we need custom coding for that. But that is the way they want it. So arg, so it's an X target. It's like always one more thing, even in newly added stuff. Arg, C-Sky, Motor 6. I think I did this right. SPIRF and extensor, of course, yeah. But now please build. And despite all the many people watching, which is totally amazing, and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here, sharing, liking, subscribing, leaving $1 or 2 of Patreon or GitHub sponsorship. We can watch that some 30 minutes later, but live on Twitch, just because, as I said, the YouTube algorithm does already not like my overly long live streams to start with. And by the way, why is Twitch always full with only half-naked girls? Is that the only format that works on Twitch? And do we need to adopt that too? And which other series Twitch channels can you recommend? Please tell me. Although maybe I get all of them because I follow this German Instagram girl here, influencer. Maybe I should unsubscribe from her. This was literally the only halfway not entirely stupid stuff I found here. Click there, right? Maybe I get only girls recommended because of that. I wanted to actually unsubscribe. Does clicking there not unsubscribe? I don't want to report, I want to freaking unsubscribe. Okay, let's do this later. Maybe that's the reason for that. And so like, yeah, pro tip, don't follow one cam girl then, because then all your Twitch is half naked. And right, I wanted to post it here. So also not safe for work. Let's change that. And this also didn't. Of course, this didn't copy because it's Firefox and Wayland. Man, you can't make this stuff up. It's ridiculous. Let's go. Of course, don't follow that channel. Follow our channel. Although that is German anyway, so only follow that. Obviously, she has enough followers to start with. Because she's not doing Linux, but just half-naked talking, so it's probably a future-proof format. Oh, it still didn't copy! Man, Firefox, Wayland, how could you break your, like, for 20 years I had audio and I had copy and paste, and first you took audio and now you took copy and paste from me. Like, how can it be so difficult of Unix of how often you need to select this for that? It's like do audio and copy and paste apparently Albertson. No. Okay, you know what I need now? You do with the Microsoft Windows way of control. YouTuber going insane trying to copy text. There you have it. Man, difficult. I need coffee. We can go over to Twitch. We hope that finally builds. And time to stand. Yes, thank you. What? That's totally what I think I should change my time to stand thing to time for coffee. Thanks for watching. Leave in the comments below your take, your opinion, your hate, your love. Have a good day and night. Be nice to each other. Do nice things. Hope you enjoyed to learn something and to see you soon for all the other fixes and live streams and Linux Foundation runs to come.